Medeh Hajarbi. She is an Iranian girl, probably 17, 18 years old, and she has just been sentenced with 80 lashes and 4 years in jail. Now, what crime could she possibly have committed that would justify any legal system in the modern world to award her 80 lashes and 4 years in jail? It's got to be some kind of outrageous crime. It has to be so awful that you would think, yeah, that the crime fits the punishment, But she didn't do anything bad at all. What she did is she posted a video on Instagram. She is an Instagram star, and she posted a video of her dancing in her bedroom. So, in Islam, which is Iranian, the Iranian people are governed by Islam right now. Music is not permissible. So this is probably why she got such a big sentence. So music is not allowed. You're not allowed to be in public uncovered. And I'm going to assume that they consider being in the internet sphere as a public sphere. And therefore, because she was not covered by a hijab, she would also that would have made her sentencing worse. And then she was dancing. So she kind of did all three things that you're not supposed to be doing according to Islamic law. And I'm making this video for two reasons. First of all, I want to bring attention to this because I don't know where all the feminists are. The feminists who keep crying every time, that there's a guy who takes too much space in a metro or in a bus via man spreading. They decry that. The feminists in the West, they decry that. They go after white males who have done really nothing but build our society the way we know it and attack those guys. We attack them, and I don't know why, but then when a real case where another female in another part of the world is actually being oppressed, like a real oppression, not fake oppression, actual oppression, nobody speaks in the West. And I don't get it. I don't get it. We shouldn't be wasting our time worrying about what the white males are doing in the West. We really should be worrying about what Islam is doing to women in all parts of the world. So anyways, this is the first reason I wanted to make the video, but the second is because I want to also bring attention to the fact that this is an example of Sharia. So people in the West, Muslims in the West, tell us that Sharia is not that bad. It's only for family courts. And that is the excuse or / reason that they're giving to establish a whole bunch of Sharia courts here in the West. So in Canada, a lot of mosques have attached to them a court system, and they deal with what they call family matters. I would not be surprised if Canadian Muslim women are being awarded lash sentences within those courts. We don't know what goes on in there. We don't see it. We don't know. And therefore, it makes it very, very hard to control and to protect the Muslim women in Canada. We can't even protect our women here. And this is the problem. This is why I keep opposing Sharia. Sharia cannot take place. Sharia is Islamic law. And under Islam, they consider all other laws to be invalid because the only law that can exist is Sharia, because it is the law given to them by their God. And every other law is considered to be man-made, therefore they don't have to follow. We can't allow Sharia to take place in the westernized parts of the world, and we're going to have to fight it. And the more it advances, the bigger of a fight we're going to have on our hands. And again, I mean intellectually fighting this, not don't get out knives and start stabbing. We don't want to go to that level. I don't want to go to the jihadi level because I think that is a barbaric way to handle matters. And in the West, the reason we're successful is because we've come up with peaceful resolutions for disagreements, and we allow diversity of thought for the most part. So, Sharia, how advanced is it in Canada? This is a very good question, and I think different parts of Canada have different advancements of Sharia, but I'm going to give you an example of what the sheikh, so sheikh is one step above from an imam, which is the clerical world of Islam. And you know what, I've been listening to the mosque, they put videos out on YouTube, what they want us to hear, but the local mosque, the mosque that's right down the street from me here. And I've been listening, there's about 40 something videos, and I think I'm about halfway through. And I want to see what this sheikh is saying about Islam, and how are we supposed to know what Muslims are learning in their mosque if we don't listen to this. So I started listening to this, and it is quite scary. I'm going to put a link to that guy's video, the sheikh's video, in the description below, and you can listen. I've actually put the parts where he's going to mention this. If you skip to part minute 429 to 436 and then 505 to 517, you'll hear the exact parts where he says music is not permissible, because what music does in Islam, according to Islam, music diverts your thoughts away from the Quran. And the only way you can purify your thoughts is by coming back to the Quran and reading it and following it. This is what this guy says. So this is a sheikh in Canada saying to the Muslim population that music is not permissible. They're not allowed to listen to it, and they're not allowed to play it. So can you imagine? Right now, the Muslim population is low in numbers compared to the rest of the population. But can you imagine if the Muslims would grow, and this kind of moderate Muslim starts telling people that music is not permissible? This means, you get into an Uber or a cab, and if there's music playing, there's going to be rules that are going to start to be established for no music. If you go to malls, if you go to restaurants, slowly we're going to see music disappear from our environment if we allow the Sharia to advance here. This is why it's so important that we understand Sharia and that we don't let it advance here. So the case of this Iranian girl is exactly an example of Sharia, an application in real life. It's happened in Iran. To me, it doesn't matter where it happens. I find the Sharia is a bad thing, and it's incompatible with our system in the West. So when I see that it's being applied, I'm going to keep making videos. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one.